So first I just clean out all of the bedding, all of the old bedding. I do leave quite a bit in the bottom just to make sure that he still smells his, home. Since this is a like themed setup, I'm going to use it as the bottom layer, but you'll see me do that later. So I'm just going to scoop out all the bedding, and just so you guys do know, I do leave Chive in the enclosure as I do this. He doesn't like being handled at all. Being a Roborowski, taming is extremely hard. And I don't mind him being just a watch pet. Obviously, he's not scared of me or anything, but I do have him more as just a watch pet. So I just leave him in there. He will come out eventually to say hi, and then I just have to be extra careful. But right now I know he's in his little house, so I do that. I also already took out all of the toys he currently had in there. I just have that house in there, the multi-chamber house, which is where his nest is and his stash of food, and I do plan on keeping that in there. I took out all the other toys though, and I'm going to replace them with Valentine's toys. Because I do use so much bedding and Chive's cage is so big compared to him, I mostly just spot clean and clean up the poops on the things he uses frequently and in the corners he goes to a lot. And then I only clean his tank about once every 2 months. So if he has a Valentine's tank for a while, don't hate me. I do plan on doing an Easter tank, but for my mice, because Chive will probably not be ready to be cleaned by the time that would need to be filmed to be uploaded. But yeah, and if you like these cleaning videos, they're one of my favorite videos to watch, so please let me know and I will do them more frequently, because right now I kind of just did this as like a Valentine's cage clean setup situation. But if you like them more frequently, that was one of my favorite videos to watch, especially Hammy Lux's. So if you haven't seen hers, go check it out. Now I am cutting open this pink Carefresh. I am using it mainly in the bottom, and then, and there's Chive. Aw, cute. I had to be really careful when he came out because he's small and fragile, and I didn't want any big chunks of bedding to come crash down on him. But I used the pink mainly on the really, really very bottom, and then on the outskirts of where his nest is, just in case anything happened. He's not very old right now, so I don't think anything would happen, but it would be a lot harder to see blood in the pink. However, he's a boy and he's not that old, so yeah, just to be careful. Don't use the pink around their nest. Luckily they discontinued the red, so that's good. So I just spreaded this all around on the edges away from his nest, and then I used it as the bottom layer to the bedding. And there's Chive enjoying hanging out, being Chive. Next, I'm using this PetSmart paper bedding. I had the Halloween version of this and I actually hated it. I got this pink and white, which is I think a color they use all year round, and it's super nice, like way better than even the Carefresh. It's not dry, it's fluffy and soft and nice, and I use this as the top layer of the bedding. I wanted like the pink base when you looked at the side of the 75 gallon, but I liked the white and pink on the top because most of the toys I'm using are red, so I wanted them to stand out. So I'm just going to sprinkle that around until I get up to about 7 to 8 inches of bedding for him to burrow and enjoy his life in. Chive is a very scared hamster. He's not really as scared of me, but if he hears any crazy noises, like if the ferrets are out or anything. He doesn't enjoy hearing crazy things. Obviously, Chive's not anywhere near the ferrets, but you know what I mean. Like, he lets me give him treats and see him and hang out with him, but he just also likes to have an intricate tunnel system underground, so. Oh, and there's Chive again. He's so freaking cute. I love him so much. He's the cutest little robo I've ever seen. Okay, so next I'm uncovering his little house thing, his multi-chamber night angel house thing where he makes his nest. This is a cake pan from the Target dollar section, and then this is a little pink igloo from Petco. I don't think it's Petco brand though, I think it is KT brand. And then I decided to bury that cake pan. I know you can't see, but I buried the cake pan so it was touching the ground, and then put the wheel on top. And then this big pink heart dish I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm putting some white Repti sand in as Chive's sand bath. Sometimes I'll mix the play sand and Repti sand because Repti sand is expensive, but this time I only had Repti sand on hand, so I just used up the rest I had. This little pink candle holder is from the Dollar Tree, and then the strawberry house is from Petco. There's the pink candle holder. I just shoved it full because Chive likes to pee in those for some reason, so it's easier. And then this little ceramic dish thing I got was from Walmart. This little mailbox is also from Walmart, and if Chive starts chewing on the plastic, I will take it away, but I did put the little mailbox sign up to deter him because he's really short, so he can't really reach it that well. And then this I Love You cup is actually from Safeway. This also little mason jar platter thing is from Safeway. I kind of used it as a ramp in the final video. You'll see I kind of play around with things and move them around, but most of these are just little houses. I like to hide treats in them for him to find and enjoy his life. And then obviously I have his other night angel little hidey hole chamber thing that I put in there. I bury it down in the bedding so he has a little secret house. And just so you know, I connected the water bottle to the side, and how he gets to it is by getting on that pink igloo thing. I don't think you can see that either. I'm still trying to figure out a good angle. And then I used a bendy bridge to get into a sand dish, which is working super well, actually. I wasn't sure, but it is actually going pretty well. I buried his sand a little bit more. Luckily, Chive isn't a rearranger like my mice are, so his tank actually still looks really good since I've even filmed this. And then that little plate thing I'm using as like a ramp from the bedding to the top of his house. I'm taking off the Halloween clings and then putting up some gel clings I got from actually Safeway. They're just little heart gel clings that I thought would spice up the outside of his tank. And then this is the finished product. I think it looks super cute. I love looking at it, and it's so lovey and hearty, and I just love it. I don't think Chive can get into that ceramic dish on top, so I actually ended up moving it, but everything else is exactly the same. He hasn't buried his wheel, and that white wheel is from Amazon, by the way. And then Here is Mr. Chive, and see, I left his nest pretty much intact. I pulled out the poops and stuff, but I left his nest for the most part intact, and he is just going in and out like a little chive head, and this is what it looks like. There he is. Also, he looks erratic because I sped up the video footage of him already being quick. He's not actually like falling all over the place. I realize that right now. And he's gone. And then these little chews I got from PetSmart.